Quick and easy way to, going to be real quick and dirty to say add a porch onto your house. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just on the first floor. This is really pretty easy, just like we added the low roofs on there. You could go and add it on the low roof, or you can just add a whole nother section if you want to put a porch on there. But I'm just going to show you the easiest way to do it. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to click on my roof and I'm going to say, a boundary line so that I can select along the front, if this is going to say come across the front of my house, and then how far do I want it to come out. I'm just going to come across here and I'm going to come to this end point here, and I'm going to come back and I am going to follow just the edge of my house. Again, there is my roof, okay? So I do know that I want the base level to be my first floor, and I played around a little bit earlier, with this, and I want it to have a little bit of a slope on it because we don't want it to be flat. I'm going to say define slopes on this edge, and instead of that 912, I'm only going to say come over here and just say it's going to be like a 212 or a 112 or something like that. And I'm going to say okay, and let's see what it looks like. So I've added a porch across the whole front of that house, and let's just see, right? Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm just going to edit it. So it says my base level is the first floor, and my offset is how tall do I want it to be. So let's just come in here on my base offset, and let's say we've got 8 foot on that. Okay, there would be an 8-foot height on that, and you could see that that would be across the front of the house. I can make it the same roofing material or anything else. And then if I go back, so let's go back to my first floor. I know that my roof came out so far, or look at my roof plan, and I'm going to also come in here and I'm just going to have to add, because that roof has to have something to stand on. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use the architectural columns. These are the fanciest ones that are on there, the Doric columns, but you have just wood timber columns. You can go in and you can load families, you can find other ones. I'm just going to use the pre-loaded one in here, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to set, right? I'm going to set one over here on this edge, and I want one over here, basically the same edge, and I'm going to put ones right out here as well, and here on either side of the door. Okay, let's delete that one over here and come in here and let's copy this one over. So right from there, and I'm going to put it straight across, and we're going to line it up about there. I probably have to adjust it a little bit. I don't want it sticking out, but I can set my dimensions, and then I want these all to be aligned. So I know I went out 13 feet from there. So let's come in here and let's just leave the 10 foot for now. That might work. And I'm going to come in here, and there's my columns, right? If they don't touch your floor or your roof level just right, if the elevation isn't right, again, we can click on this, right? Or click on my roof, I can edit my footprint. Or if I click on this, click on the column, I'm going to say attach the top of the base, and I'm going to set it to the top of the roof, and each one of those, right, attached to the base, I'm going to click that roof, and it will change the elevation of my columns. And then of course, you would go in and make sure your columns are really where you wanted to be. Go in and actually add dimensions. I can see that that's not centered, so I would go in and add some specific dimensions to center them and everything else. And then I can make whatever porch I want. I can also come over here on my first floor and I can add railing. So if I come in here, they have different types of railing on there. I can sketch a path and I could put railing like from the middle of this to this. So we'll just go from there, and you'll have to go back and add a piece at a time. Okay, but I could go in there and set my railing, and I can actually edit the different types of railing. Okay, and so I could add like railing if I wanted to put it onto my porch or whatever it is. So there you go. There's a quick way to add, okay? If you want to in your site plan, so say, look, in my site plan, I'm showing my roof there. If I want to add my concrete around there, if I'm going to put concrete, I'm going to do just like I did for adding, we talked about adding grass or whatever for your site plan. I can come in here and I can add an additional and put concrete on it to put, I can have a walkway coming out here to the garage driveway, or I can have it that if I'm going to have to walk into my porch this way, I can put a walkway coming out here, tie it into my driveway, which is tied to my garage. I just thought that that would be an easy way to show you how you can add a porch and some railing, and you can edit your railing to tie into that. Like I said, that's a pretty fancy column. Anyways, good luck, and there you go. Hope it helps.